What up, though? So this real talk may be kind of short. I'm not sure what the length is gonna look like, but I just kind of had this conclusion I've come to in my head, and I want to kind of put it out for y'all. And it's about the inability to understand emotions as a man. And the more I can sit and think about it, the more I can kind of analyze it. So real talk, why men don't understand their emotions or have an ability to deal with the emotions. And I want to first off start off by saying this is not an attack on women and how you think and how you move in the world. It's not an attack on you. This is just my understanding of the male psyche because I've been a male for 46 years. And now that I have the time to slow down and think about the things I've done, the decisions I've made, the things that I felt, even though I didn't understand what I was feeling at the time, and kind of analyze that. So when I really stop and think about why are men so emotionally unintelligent, I don't think it's for lack of trying. I think it's an adaptation. I think it's an evolution. Again, I'm saying I think it's an adaptation. I think it's an evolution that allows us to cope with the world in which we live. And women, you will get mad at us for being emotionally unintelligent and not understanding, you know, who we are, how we feel. But there's a reason why we don't. It's not like we're trying not to, it's because we've adapted to it. Now, women who are mothers of sons, I want you to honestly think about what I'm saying and look at your son. Think about all the times when you, without without knowing it, taught him that emotion wasn't something that he could express. You can disagree all you want. You can say I never did that. I always told my son, to understand himself, be emotionally intelligent. But there were times when you probably told him um, to suck it up. There are few men in society who are famous or who are, out in the forefront of American culture who are emotional and look at the reaction they get, right? Tyrese Gibson, Kanye West, right? Being emotional does not buy you any credibility in our society as a man. And I'm going to get deeper into why I think we're taught to ignore our emotion because life as a man sucks. It really does. This is this is the programming of a man. This is how we're programmed in life. Work hard, take care of the family. That's it. Work hard, take care of the family. You become 16, you get a driver's license, you become 18, you get a real job, and you find something that will take care of the family. You marry a woman, make children, and take care of the family until you're 65, 70 years old. And then what do you have left after that? Die. Everything that comes emotionally with, I don't like my job, I'm bored, I'm frustrated, I feel underappreciated. We are taught to ignore that. Shut up, go to work, make this money, take care of the family. That's what we're taught. You can argue that point all you want. You can say it's a generational thing, but it's not. Everyone expects a man to take care of the family and to be the breadwinner. And you can say, women can make more money than a man, whatever, right? That's really great in theory, but what, most women will not be involved with a man who does not have ambition, who does not make money, and who does not have the potential to make money and to be able to take care of the family. And emotionally, as men, most of our wants and needs and desires are ignored. And it's not that it's a on purpose uh, situation. You're not purposely going, I don't care about how dad feels. I don't care about how my husband feels. I don't care about how my brother feels. The problem is, since we don't know how we feel, we can't communicate it. Let's rewind this. Let me give you a difference between men and women as far as providers. You watch the Super Bowl championship team wins, they win, and they get on, and the first thing they say is, "Thanks, mom, I'm going to Disneyland." Like there was no father. Grammy awards, whatever award it is, it's always "Thanks, mom." Even if dad was in the house, it's "Thanks, mom." Look at the difference in gifts on Mother's Day and Father's Day. Women get something that's pretty or beautiful or sentimental on Mother's Day. Fathers get something functional, right? So like a woman will get diamond earrings that she's probably already got, 150 earrings in a drawer, and what dad will get is a new grill so he can go out there and grill for the family. It's functional. I can't complain. I can't complain because my kids have always been really good at the Father's Day gifts. They honestly look at things that I'm into, and that's what they'll get. My daughter, a few years ago, realized I had really gotten into golf. I was really enjoying playing golf, and I was playing like 2 or 3 days a weekend, as often as I could, you know. And she got me golf balls, but she did it in her unique way of getting me pink golf balls. Now, to understand men and how we think, I'm going to play these golf balls. These are my daughter's. She bought them for me. I go out into the golf course, right? On the first hole, everybody's teeing up. I'll pull out this pink golf ball. And the guys I'm playing with, the gentlemen I'm playing with, are of my generation but older. You know, born in the early '70s, maybe late '60s. Kind of that era. And of course, I start catching all kinds of hell because I got pink golf balls. I'm a man out there playing with pink balls. And I look over and I say, "Hey, my daughter bought these for me for Father's Day." They shut up, and there wasn't a single word said about my pink golf balls for the rest of the day. Right? But I'm diverging from the point in that as men, we are taught to ignore our emotions and our feelings and our aches and pains and continue on with life. One of the most frustrating things I ever hear about, right, and this drives me insane anytime I hear women making fun of it, is that men cannot endure pain. There's so many memes and jokes about, oh, my husband gets a cold, he can't get out of bed for a week. I get a cold, I keep going. No, no, that's fucking stupid. This is what it's really like to be a man. We can be sick as a dog, and we will get up and go to work because we feel that we have to provide. When a man gets to a point where he's like, I can't get out of bed, I'm going to tell you right now, women, take that shit seriously. When a man tells you, I can't get out of bed and go out and work and provide for my family, there is something seriously wrong with that man. He didn't get to that point from the first sneeze or sniffle. He got to that point because physically he is unable to do what he does every single day. It's not a minor ache or a pain. And it feels like it's minor to you because we've probably been sick or in pain for months and never said anything until finally it becomes unbearable. I have a good friend who had tingling down his right arm, and he would literally be in pain from his shoulders and his back for about 2 years. I didn't even know how bad it was. I would hang out with him every day. We'd drink beers in his garage, watch TV. talk shit. He helped me move furniture, all of that stuff. Never said a word, just lived with it. I think at one point he got to a place where he could only sleep in his reclining chair in the garage, and the bed was uncomfortable. He couldn't sleep for very many hours a night. But he would get up every day and go to work and work 12, sometimes 18-hour days. Never complained. Ironically, he was diagnosed with kidney stones. Right, so he had to stop working. Right, while they were waiting on him to pass these kidney stones. And oh, by the way, the doctors start looking at other things, and they realized his spine was fucked up. He actually had to have vertebrae removed from his spine so he could function again. But he had been living like this for years without saying anything or complaining. That's how men operate. We don't get in touch with our emotional side because it's, for lack of a better term, it does not benefit us. I'm in the process of retiring from the military and moving back home, and I haven't seen my wife in a couple of months. How do I feel? I miss her. I really want to be home with my wife. I'm tired of sleeping in the bed by myself. I want to cuddle my wife. I want to feel her warmth. I want to smell her face, smell her neck. I want to be next to her. But if all I do every day is get up and fall into that emotional state, I'm going to be depressed. I got a lot of shit to do. I got to ship vehicles. I got to get my house ready to rent. I got to, you know, a million and one things to do. And I can't allow myself to feel the emotional context of it. I'm literally retiring from a job that I've had for almost 28 years, my entire adult life. And I have not come to grips with the emotional context of it. It's all a process, a procedure. It's a checklist. I'll do what I have to do, I'll get it done, and I'm going to retire and I'm going to go home. And the emotional side of it will probably catch up to me, I don't know, maybe a year or two from now. Because men have developed or evolved into creatures who do not recognize the emotional context of things. We're emotionally unintelligent because you need someone, and this is going to be controversial. You need someone to swallow it down and keep pushing. And that's what we've been taught as men is to swallow it and keep pushing. Every aspect of the culture of men throughout most of the world is you deal with the emotional side on the other side of it. You keep fighting, you keep going. So, women, when you get mad or upset that your man doesn't deal with the emotional side of it and that he's emotionally unintelligent, correction, and you blame him for it like we choose to be this way, it's not by choice, it's by evolution. We've evolved to be this way. We've evolved to take emotion out of things and to just do what has to be done, regardless of how we feel about it. And on the other side, when things calm down and things are quiet, we can stop and maybe try and figure out how we felt about it at the time. But for the most part, we're probably not because we're not smart enough emotionally to even try and, you know, dissect what we felt in that moment in time. So I've given you some food for thought. I think really the desire behind this is ladies, have patience with your man when he's confused about how he feels because we don't make emotional decisions. We just make logical decisions for the most part, and we do what has to be done, and we move through. And it's a dangerous place because when a man loves you, when a man truly loves you, even when you make an irrational decision, we will support that shit and fight through it because that's what our woman loves, or that's what our children want, or that's what our family need, we will fight through it. Even if we think it's irrational, as men will go, well, it's got to happen because that's what they want. So this week, um, take a look at the men in your lives, and without asking and without talking to them, just think about the things they've done for you, and think about how they quietly sacrifice thanklessly and don't say anything to anyone and just keep it moving. And they'll start making weird comparisons like, oh, he's got a man cave or he bought this car that he always wanted. Yeah, most of us buy the car we want when we're like 50 years old after, living an entire life providing for others. And we finally got to a point where we're going to be selfish a little bit. And the man cave, I'll tell you what the man cave is all about, ladies. It's a place where we can go and close the door and not deal with emotions or anything real and live in this fantasy land with the television, with sports or Xbox or whatever it takes for us to kind of decompress and not face the emotional shit that's probably building up inside of us. So this was a deep real talk. I'm thinking about maybe talking about like doing a weekly recap of the news, but I don't know. Some of my ideas are out there. Um, the reason why I haven't kind of gone in that direction thus far is because still active duty, so there's rules on what I should and shouldn't say. But once I retire and the gloves come off, and I'm gonna say exactly what's on my mind all the time. And if you know me, you know that's gonna be some wild shit. But I'm gonna end this the way I always end it. I'm just saying, fuck out of here. Holla at your boy.